Man, I haven't made one of these beat breakdowns in like a really long time, but I'm really excited that we're finally doing one. This one started to get a little bit of love on TikTok, which is the coolest thing ever, so I figured I might as well go through how I kind of built it. People want to know what the wubs were, man. The wubs are really nothing too crazy. I don't know, I've really been super into this new style, like really trying to merge lo-fi hip-hop kind of with, you know, EDM a little bit more. I've been kind of obsessed with like that Botanica sound recently, and I've always had kind of like a love for hyperpop and then just like future bass. And if you haven't checked out 2201, that's like a lo-fi side group I do with Braxton Peoples. We've had a few albums kind of released over the last few years, did a couple releases with low vibes. It's some super cool stuff, so definitely check it out. And if you really like the EDM stuff, like I'm one half of Mirror Image with Frankie White, so if you like kind of indie folk stuff mixed with like electronic music, definitely check that project out. Okay, I started off with this little sample that I found on Splice. Decided to chop it up a little bit, kind of change up the rhythm, change up the chords a little bit more. And you can't have a lo-fi song without a little bit of rain.
What took you so long?
I just walked in.
If someone could tell me where this is from, I'll shout you out in the next video. How about that? I think I'm using the monoline setting from Addictive Keys. And then I'm just kind of playing with some broken thirds. And then just like a little reverse vocal riser.
What took you so long?
I just walked in.
You miss me?
Oddly enough, I do.
Okay, we'll start with the kicks. This is just like a little lo-fi kick loop that I found. And then kind of bring back the Rhodes from the first part. And then of course the sub bass layer. This is super simply made with Serum. It's just a sine wave. And then I love this little preset. It doesn't really occupy too much space. It just fills the background really nicely. And this is a preset from Serum 2 DNB Essentials. It's called Bass Pong. And the secret there is really just to throw the reverb on before the distortion. The pattern itself is pretty straightforward. Actually, from that same pack, DNB Essentials, this is the Grabber Grand preset. A lot of the heavy lifting here is being done by Trash. This is a great plugin from Isotope, one of my go-to distortions. I use it all the time. It's got a number of great presets in here, and this is the double stages underneath the drive category. And I've grown kind of fond of IDX from Waves. It's kind of reminiscent of like that sculptor tool from Isotope. So on the sub bass, you'll notice I have a bunch of these little triggers down here. I'm guessing the Rhodes that we used earlier also do that same exact sidechain. And now the Rhodes is starting to sidechain with it as well. I wish I had more evidence of what I had done here. Sometimes I black out when I start doing this stuff. Alright, on the beat part of the drop, we're going to actually add a couple more drums in here so we can start thickening it up. I'm thinking this little loop from Oliver. I love this dude's packs. They're so sick. Little umbrella technique where you come in with that open hi-hat on that first downbeat. And that lo-fi sound from before. Our main synth line. The Rhodes. Sub bass. The side chain. To follow the offbeats of the synth that we had programmed before, we sidechained the kick. We synchronized that back up with like our Rhodes and our sub. It's sick. That's so sick. If I look into my graveyard, which is like the bottom half of all my projects, yeah, so there's just variations of the main melody. I think if I wanted to go a little more hard style with it, this would be the way to do it. Second half of the verse 2, I'm going to start reintroducing that synth from our drop. The best way to do this, in my opinion, is just a little low pass filter. Our Rhodes, Ear Candy effects, and drum fill. Alright, and once I have that all built out, I'm just going to let that play for 16 bars. Alright, and now this verse 3 might be actually my favorite part of the whole song. I wanted to start generating some strings to kind of create some tension within the track. I've been using a lot of like the AI tools available online these days to help me generate parts that I can't play myself, and it absolutely crushed this. And I have this much meaner Rhodes that's also going to double in on the second half here to really start adding the tension to this. Add that little riser from before. And we're grooving once again. This is an example of my song Caught in the Middle. I don't know if I have a set release date for this one yet, but if people keep on asking for it, I guess I'll figure something out. Anyways, if you have any questions, comments, whatever, throw them into the comments. I'd love to build a few more of these and kind of show my process and do a lot of this. But if you do get some time, check out the rest of the Aley page. I do have some kind of cool stuff on there. Some like if I did the score for stuff and a couple other beat breakdowns. And you can catch me on TikTok, Instagram, all the fun stuff. So I'm going to blow this popsicle stand. I'll catch you cats later. Peace.